As we mentioned before, many times, whenever you read a number, there's a place value associated to each one of the digit that makes up that number. So in this case, what we have to do is saying and what place value is associated with each one of those digits. So these digits are part of this number, this big number right here, and we want to see what place value is associated with them. And the way to do that is it's a very simple trick. So what they start with something, the ones place value, and then every time they want to go to the next place value, they add a zero. So one, you add a zero behind a one, that gives you the 10. You add another zero that gives you 100. You add another zero that gives you 1,000. You add another zero that gives you 10,000. So this is how you read the place value. So we're gonna call this one, and they started from right to left. We're gonna call this one the ones, and this is how you read those. You call this the ones place value. So I remember we started with one. So we're gonna add another zero to the one that makes this one the tens place value. You add another zero that make the next one what's this number? 100. So you call this the hundreds place value. You add another zero that makes this one what? The thousands place value. And if you're following me, you can tell what this one's gonna be. Add another zero to 1,000, that gives you what? 10,000s. And you put an S at the end. You add another zero to this one, that gives you what? The 8 would be what? Add another zero to 10,000s, that's 100,000s. This is the 100,000s. Notice they asked for the 7, so we gotta go all the way up here. So you say the 100,000s. This one would be, you add another zero to 100,000, this would be the millions. You add another zero, this would be the 10 millions. 100 millions, 1 billion, 10 billion, 100 billion, and 1 trillion. This would be the trillions place value. Trillions place value. So now let's stop and see which one they asked us for. So we found this one is the trillions place value. So starting with 0, 0, tens, and then 0, hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. You add another zero to 100,000, that gives you a million. 10 million, 100 million, 1 billion, 10 billion, 100 billion, and 1 trillion. If you heard people talking about this number, so it's 1 trillion. So this is the trillions place value. So the 7 is at the, like we just said, is at the trillions place value. What about the 4? So we'll start with here. Ones, tens, the hundreds, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s. What? Million, 10 million, 100 million. The 4 is at what? The billions place value. So we got the 4 right here. The 5, well, we just say this one is 100,000s. You add on 1 0 to 100,000. That gives you the millions place value. Millions place value. And you associate that with 5. So 3 is where? Where's 3? Right here. Well, when you saw it, that's 3 is at what place value? It's at the tens place value. Match that to that. The 0, we saw for that. The 0 is at the 100,000s place value. And that's how you would be able to read those. So when you would read this number, you would start with, at the trillions place value, we have 7 of them. So it's 7 trillion. At the 100 billions place value, we have 2 of them, 200 billion. At the 10 billion place value, we have 8 of them. So 8 times 10 billion is 80 billion. At the that's at the 10 billions place value. This is where we at. At the billions place value, we have 4 of them, so that would be 4 billion. So continuing that way, if you add all these numbers, what you're going to end up with 7,287,915,000,000 860,132. And this is how you read this number. And these are the place value associated with each one of those. Thanks for your time.